Hello, good morning. I just wanted to give you an update on our travels. We went to Hawaii to look at this beautiful scene here, and we had an opportunity to possibly look at a business venture. So we thought we'd go and see. They lifted the quarantine restriction in Hawaii for 14 days on the 15th of this month. And they have implemented what they call safe travel. We went and got our tests, which is very difficult because these companies like, for instance, Walgreens, they don't do the tests anymore. Or they have maybe got one, or CVS, Walgreens. There's a few other listed on their website. They do these tests, and they do have 2 appointments in the city of Denver, maybe every 2 hours or something. We'd have to go to Colorado Springs to take the test or whatnot. Or you can wait out about 7 days. Well, one of the stipulations on this website is that you have to take that test within 72 hours of arriving in Hawaii. Another stipulation is it has to be a CDC test and another type of designation, which means that you have active COVID. Do you have active COVID? So these are federal guidelines on the test, and we met those guidelines. We took the test. We got the test done in 1 day. However, we didn't do the test with one of the 7 people that they list on their website for the entire world that can't do the test, and they can't do it in a timely fashion. So one person beside us got quarantined because their test was on 7 days earlier, because that's how long it took to get the results. But when you take the test with those people, the results all say 1 to 5 days or whatnot. So the people that they have on their website that you could take the test with oftentimes can't get the test done in a timely fashion depending on where you live. However, the very first thing it says on the site is that the test has to meet these guidelines, which are scientific. Well, they quarantined us. They decided that we didn't meet their criteria, so they made us be quarantined. So now we are sitting in Hawaii, quarantined at our expense. We couldn't pick up our rental car. We get to pay for it, but we had to take a taxi cab. Apparently, taxi cab drivers are of secondary concern to them, because they did let us take a taxi cab and go there. Of course, we have a test that says we don't have COVID within 24 hours of arriving here. But that's not good enough. And so then they said that this was a voluntary deal, and it wasn't voluntary because we had 3 choices: fly back to Denver, be quarantined, or be prosecuted criminally for whatever it was that the guy said. When we got off the plane in this airport. It's completely empty, darn near. There's a row of passengers. After being on a plane for 6 hours with no food, you're sitting there lined up. Kind of reminded me of boot camp. I was a Marine. You line up and do this and line up and do that, and it's not yours to ask any questions. At the end of the line is this table with a bunch of military guys, Army, maybe that's National Guard, police with guns, airport security, whatnot. And so all you have is this big crowd of tired people there. And I don't know how many people they stopped out of that plane load and wouldn't let us just have our U.S. natural born right to be able to walk around the United States of America without an overbearing government. I served in the Marine Corps, and that's what I served for. I live and walk on this planet because God gave me freedom to be a free man. This is not freedom. And you want to be kind, and you want to be loving, and you want to be helpful, but you know, it costs thousands of dollars to get here, and then you get locked up against your will, lose your freedom, and what's the reason? Because you could hurt somebody. Well, I've been hearing this a lot, you know. So if I catch a cold, I could hurt somebody. I could pass the cold. If I don't wear a mask, I could hurt somebody. I could pass the cold. So we give the cold a new name, and maybe it's from China, maybe it's not. I don't believe anything hardly that I hear or see anyway. I don't believe half of what we're being told to start with. Why would I? You know, it looks to me like they're reorganizing the way we live in governance. They're imprisoning us. We took the test medically. We took the test that was certified, and we did not take one of the 5 commercial partners that they have. So I contacted, I asked first for a judge. They wouldn't put us before a judge. I asked second for a media channel like the news, and they wouldn't put us before the news. So the people were very friendly. They're very nice at taking your rights. I mean, you gotta love the fact that people can be nice as they take your freedom and cost you your life savings, you know, and your character, and make you feel guilty about the fact that you might hurt somebody. So you test negative, and then you get locked up, and you get in this hotel room, and you can't even get a restaurant to deliver you food. Everybody's so afraid of COVID. It's like, you know, I understand that people die. It's not good. I know that one day the Lord is going to take me from this planet, and I'm not afraid. I'm not in a hurry, but I'm not afraid. I love my family. I love my country. I love the freedom, and I don't think that this is the way it should go. Seems like they're modeling this on New Zealand or something. You know, these people do not feel that we have a free right to walk around on this planet Earth. You know, I was born, I didn't have a mask, I'll die, I won't be wearing a mask when I die. I get to breathe. I can't breathe with those masks on, and we know that those masks aren't medical. I've been trained in NBC by the best in the world, the USMC, and I can guarantee you walking around with all these masks, if they have biological warfare weapons that are being released, like COVID, they're not going to help you. You know, they may be an illusion and make you think that, you know, that you have some kind of safety. I mean, the President of the United States got it. Did he get it because he was not being careful? No. He got it because he's a free man walking and breathing on the planet Earth. And he has the best medical possible care in the world. We saw how fast he was cured from it. And, you know, God bless the president. You know, I mean, I know we got an election coming on. I kind of wonder if that isn't what this is about, you know. Do they want to make it to where commercially we fail as a country? But, you know, ultimately, I won't have much to do with that. All I'll have is one vote. So ultimately, that doesn't matter. What matters to me is that I get to be free in the United States of America, that I get a right to have liberty, that I get my constitutional rights. It's not happening. I tried to get a hold of the Department of Health before I came over here to clarify their rules on this lengthy document that's really not very specific. And I think there's 2 main points. Point number 1, do they have the right to put me in quarantine and lock me up because I didn't get in a commercial agreement with the 5 or 10 vendors they have for the entire world? And number 2, is this really a medical issue that the CDC gives its designation to laboratories, and they have the ability to make sure that my test was valid? I believe it was, and I believe that the government has taken over because of commercial relations and attempted to transfer that into a reason that they can take my freedom. It isn't a medical reason. It is not a medical reason. It is a commercial reason. And so I did leave a message with the U.S. government and Department of Commerce, because you can't talk to them. You can't talk to the sales tax division. You can't talk to the people that are customer service from anything right now, because we're all going to leave our life to some electrons, and we're going to let people like the richest billionaires in the world make decisions about whether what I have to say is got any positive merit on this world and earthly place that we live. I know the Lord has the decision and choice in my life, and the Lord is who set this country up to be what it was, because we are a Judeo-Christian heritage. And my heritage is valuable, and it's European, and it's Hispanic, and it's American, and it's white, and it's all of this stuff. So what I'm asking for, I think, is I'm asking for you to send me some kind of an idea about what you think, and also send me some kind of an idea about what you think I could do to get my freedom. Because I have a test in my possession within 72 hours of being here that's CDC NAAC test that says I do not have COVID, and yet I am locked up in a hotel room. Now, if I leave this hotel room, I'm told it's a $5,000 fine, and I'm with my wife, so that's $10,000, and I already have lost $5,000 by coming here. And wow, you get on a plane full of people 3 deep on an airline to fly here. What kind of games are we playing today, United States of America? I would appreciate some intervention by my state government, by the state of Hawaii, and by the federal government, because this is not justice. Good morning.